Okay, just a little heads up, guys. Do forgive me if I started to cough and sniffle a little bit. I've been battling a very nasty virus for a while, and I'm slowly now getting over it. In fact, that's the only thing left is the sniffles. But just wanted to say heads up. I do apologize if I sound a little off. With that being said, let's get right straight to the topic at hand. Let's get right straight to the point. And that is the Superman topic that's going to be up for discussion. Now, I want you guys to keep in mind that what I'm saying here, you don't have to agree with me. You can disagree and even give your own 2 cents in. In fact, I encourage Superman fans to give their own 2 cents in this matter. Tell me what you think about this topic. And the topic, honestly, is one that made a lot of people angry, a lot of comic book fans talking, especially in the Superman universe, and that is Superman renouncing his U.S. citizenship a few years back. Now, this made a big wave. The media covered this big time, and it happened at Action Comics number 900. It was a very, 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 very controversial move, and a move that I honestly got to praise DC for doing. It's a move that got a lot of people talking, and really got people asking the question: is Superman really a U.S. citizen? Why would he renounce it if he loves his country? And what that really means to the character? Well, to me, it can mean a lot of things. Um, but for me, it also brings the question of something that even this article I'm gonna read about this sort of a myth about what Superman actually stands for. I'm gonna read this article and we'll leave a link to this article so you guys can read it as well. It says here, for much of his career, Superman has fought for truth, justice, and the American way. In his landmark action comic number 900, which was released on Wednesday, which, by the way, guys, this is an old article. I don't want you guys looking at this um, from any newspapers because this is an old article, so keep that in mind. Action comic number 900, which was released on Wednesday, Superman decided he has to stand for something bigger than, and he has renounced his United States citizenship. Superman and his U.S. policy. Superman declared that the world is too small to connect, too connected. What to make of the Man of Steel's decision to renounce his citizenship? And that's the question that that it thrown out there, and it got a lot of feedback. Here's the thing. I want to make this very clear before I read further down. When I heard about this, and the news made it a business to actually bring this up, and I'm actually glad they did because it really did click on me at one thing. I don't remember him ever accepting a green card or any kind of U.S. citizenship for that matter. Yeah, Clark Kent is a U.S. citizen, but the symbol of Superman I always felt was something very bigger and something that is just more than just America itself. And that was always something in my head because he don't just save people in America. He don't just save people from Metropolis. He saved people all around the world. So when I heard the news and I said, well, I don't remember him ever being a U.S. citizen per se. I mean, yeah, Clark is a U.S. citizen. He was born and raised in Smallville. But Superman, the symbol, really represents everyone. He don't just save a selected group of people. He saved everyone. Which brings me to my other reason why I think that it was a bold but yet smart move in DC's count, especially moving forward to the new generation. Now, and I'll read on for that, and I'll explain after I finish reading the article. The Man in Steel's declaration, I'm tired of having my actions um, constructed as an instrument of the U.S. policy, following allegations that he caused an international incident in, I believe, Tehran. Superman flaws flew to the country during a huge protest where he stood silent for a day to show his support for the demonstrators. The 24 hours have passed with a mix of appreciation following the flag and fear, followers and flags, and fear hold Molotov cocktails, but the government of Iran sees Superman as an agent of the United States. This has been discussed, and before I continue on, because it is very important to understand this, this has been brought up not just in this comic, not just with people who actually have debated this, and there's a lot of people who are diehard fans have had serious debates on this issue, and I'm glad they did because it really does raise the question. And for many years, from many adaptations, whether it's from The Dark Knight Returns, a comic book which I will be reviewing very soon, Superman: The Red Sun, and even other animation, including the recent one, Public Enemy, have really brought up the question of is Superman's policy saying "Truth, Justice, American Way" actually does more harm than good? Because yeah, other countries will see him. Hey, he's representing the United States. He's not really representing us. How can we actually trust him when he's actually is a weapon for the country? And this actually has been brought up, even in the Man of Steel, during the last end bit. Spoilers to those who haven't seen it. The sergeant, the colonel, when he blew up when he destroyed one of their satellites, said, "How we know you serve America's interests?" And it always caught my attention how it's just how people see Superman as a person who has to serve and only serve American interests. And it can become a point, and in fact, DC had made it business to show that if he ever was to become a weapon for the United States, it may cause a bit of a panic and it may cause a bit of a problem with other countries who sees him as a person they know they can't really stop. And that's something that yeah, there's even in this book, Superman has become aware that hey, may not be a good thing because God forbid they ask me to do something that means taking a life, an innocent life, no doubt. What he's gonna say. So by renouncing his citizenship, he pretty much breaks the binds of just being loyal to just one country. Many people don't see it that way, of course. Many people see it as a betrayal of what Superman actually stands for. He's supposed to represent the country. His uniform is the representation of America, red, white, and blue. That is who he is. I really don't see him that way. I see him as the people's superhero who represents all people from all walks of life, from all different countries. And recent films, including Superman Return, which a scene that I actually did like him, like that he not only just saved people from Krypton, he went from all over the cities, he went to all over the countries. Superman 3 did it briefly, granted they didn't do it great, but they did it briefly. And even other adaptations showing Superman going to other countries, helping out as much as possible. Superman Public Enemy, I think, is the best way to describe it. And I think Public Enemy shows pretty much how Superman, even though it was Lex Luthor, but just pretty much the government in general, how he's not going to become a weapon for the government. Even though other superheroes have, he didn't follow suit. And he said, I go what I needed. If people need my help, I'm going to go there. I don't need no government telling me what I should and shouldn't do. This is my powers. I want to use it for the greater good, the way I see fit, not what the government feels I should use it for. And that's a very, very powerful thing for Superman to do. And I'm actually glad of that. That some of the animation series and even some of the books have made their business. I think DC, in my own opinion, have pretty much enforced that, saying, "Hey, he's not just America's superhero. He's everyone's superhero." And I have no problem with that. This is not Captain America. Okay, this superhero is not that kind of hero. Captain America is a propaganda superhero. He was made at a time where morale was desperately needed. It was a very dark piece, not only in history but in world history. And we was in a war that honestly we was this close not getting involved with. There was a lot of stuff going on. Even the people who have created Captain America had to deal with a lot of issues at home with our own people here. And Captain America was pretty much a symbol of courage and bravery. That's one of the main characters. So yeah, when I say Captain America, well, he's an American symbol. He is. Superman a little bit different, a little bit. He's a little bit more universal than I think people actually give him credit for. Now, granted, yeah, I'm aware Christopher Reed and and how he represents the Superman. He said "Truth, Just American Way." I think everybody has it in mind as a yes, he's part of America. He's America's superhero. But in reality, in my opinion, I think he's everyone's superhero. I think he's um, the world's superhero, one of the greatest superheroes. And I think that's a very interesting. I think it's a very interesting thing to actually have a conversation with. I'm going to continue on with this article, and then I'm going to continue bringing up some of my points about this, and then I'm going to leave it for you guys to pour in the feedback, especially those who loves the Superman series. I really want to hear from you guys. Okay, really do want to hear from you guys. I'm gonna read again. It says here that the government of Iran sees Superman as an agent of the United States and feel his actions is an act of war. Truth, justice, and the American way is not enough anymore. Superman tells national security advisors, the world is too small, too connected, but then makes it the decision to go before the United Nations and renounce its U.S. citizenship. All right. They also this Tory have also said that um, Fox News reported, of course, Fox News reported the super controversy and the message brought of the comic book website like the comicallies.com has been flooded with responses that are both typical. It is the end of Superman as we know it. It is a subline. Even Superman is fed up with taxes. He will now be a citizen of Cook Island, where he has been hiding his sister for years. Typical. Even Superman is still taxing. I think people is missing the point of why he's doing it. The citizens of DC Universe know Superman as an alien origin since the first issue of Action Comics, published in 1938. But with his base of operation primarily being being the American cities of Metropolis, it's been easily for America to think the hero is one of their own. The true citizens, of course, is Clark Kent, given his own rock to the earth from dying planet Krypton. Superman papers him super birth certificate has never been fully analyzed. Um, yeah. Superman is a visitor from a distant planet who has long embraced American values, says DC Comics co-publisher Jim Lee and Dan DiIdo. In a statement, as a character and an icon, he embodies the best of the American way, and through Superman's will, put a global focus on his never-ending battle. The statement continues, he remains, as always, committed to adapting a home and his roots as a Kansas farm boy from Smallville. And says here also that, like Superman, his crusade has always been accused of having only American interests at heart. Wonder Woman normally wears the American flag as her costume. The Justice League of America leaves little mystery to the main allies, but superhero impulses to serve the world beyond the United States is also evidence. The Justice League went international for a few years and opened the Justice League Europe division. In the past, Green Lantern has declared himself protector of the entire Earth and the Milky Way galaxy, not just the United States. Over at Marvel, Captain America has gone as far as giving up his Star Strangle suit when he felt dissatisfied by the Watergate scandal. Even he had a problem with that. Okay, so it says, what do you think about the Man of Steel launches gesture of internationalism? And that's pretty much all there's said to it. Alright, sorry about the jump cut, guys, but I really had to get some paper napkins because I was like pretty much on the verge of sneezing all over the place. But yeah, that's pretty much the whole article in a nutshell. Now, again, you're gonna have people saying it's the end of Superman. It's the end of our great hero. They basically he leaves because of tax purposes. That was not the case. Even in some of the news media, including the most conservative ones, have made it their business to say, "Hey, look, this is what's going on." Plain and simple, Superman is a very powerful weapon, whether you like it or not. And yeah, if given an opportunity, the government can actually say, and actually they have done this in numerous times, saying you're supposed to represent us, you're supposed to represent what we stand for and what we're about to do. That's not what Superman is all about. And one of the main reasons why they made this bold move is to ensure that, hey, he's everyone's superhero, not just a selective one. Um, and to be fair, I never really saw him as a U.S. citizen. Clark, yes, no question. But as the symbol, not really. I didn't really see him as that. Especially since he does save people across the globe. Same thing as Wonder Woman. Same thing as Green Lantern. Same thing as even Batman to a degree. Um, they're not confined to just what the American wants them to be. In fact, I think the one that really don't care what government thinks is pretty much Bruce Wayne's Batman. He's pretty much he don't trust anybody. So I seriously doubt he's gonna just all of a sudden just walk with the American soil. And if you read some of the comic books in the past, the American government had tried a couple of times to screw Superman over. Let's not get it twisted. They did, but to me, hearing what DC did, yeah, it was a very bold move. I ain't no question about it. I think what they did was put a big risk in an already situation where DC is not like looked on in a positive light lately. But to me, I think for the most part, especially from the comic books they have done in the past, I really wasn't screaming bloody murder. When I heard about this, again, I said, well, I never really thought he was an American citizen to begin with, unless I missed a comic book somewhere where he got his green card. But to me, it was more of a gesture saying, look, I'm not your enemy. You know, I'm not here to hurt you. I'm here to protect the citizens. But you also got to, but even Superman got to realize at some degree that not everybody goes by his philosophies. Not everybody goes by his rules. And by doing something in one country, if you may think it's a gesture, a good gesture that you're for the people, doing it in other countries, you may get the opposite effect to the point where, yeah, government's going to say, look, this dude is a threat to our national security. He's a threat to our people, and he's also a weapon. And yeah, we might declare war on this guy if he keeps doing this. Not just on him, but the United States. So he's actually, by taking some of the actions he has done, he can actually cause more harm than good. And that's the thing that I think even Superman has realized. Even some of the creators are starting to realize. Superman cannot be bound by just one country. You cannot have a ball and chain that said he's an American citizen, he needs to do what America does, and he needs to protect the American citizens. I don't think that works anymore. Keep in mind, Superman is loved by billions of people all over the world. He's not just an American favorite hero. He's the world's favorite hero. And I think that by them doing that, it only solidifies what he is. He's everyone's hero. Of course, there's people out there right now who's probably looking at this video saying, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. That's cool. That's fine. Bring your comments on, all right? I like to hear your opinions on this because it is one of the things, one reason why I started this special for the Comic Talk 360 to bring these topics to the forefront. What you guys feel about your heroes, what you see about your heroes, especially those that are not U.S. citizens, those who are living in Canada, those who are living in Europe, those who are living in Japan, Korea, North Korea. I want to hear your take on Superman. Some of you guys may not even like Superman or what he stands for. I like to hear that too. Some of you guys may actually think that what they did was a terrible idea, that he is an American citizen, and you have every right to rant and rave about this article. I like to hear that too. I like to hear a good debate on this because as you all know, they rebooted Superman again. As you also all know, they actually changed the way Superman thinks. When they was talking about his earlier trials and relations, not many people was digging the fact that he was flawed, that he made a lot of mistakes. Which, if you go back to his early upbringings, he was a flawed character who made a lot of mistakes, who has to evolve and learn. And even the writers have to evolve and learn as they continue writing this character. So this is something that I actually believe that should be put in the forefront, especially for Superman in the future. Superman is going to be a big part of DC's franchise moving forward, whether I agree with it or not. And it's also very nice to know, especially with this new version, The Man of Steel, and other Superman films they have planned, they may not go the same old route of truth, justice, and American way. In fact, they have pretty much made it clear that this is not that kind of Superman, and that this Superman was his first trials, where you see him made a lot of bad errors doing that movie. And there was a lot of mistakes he did. He wasn't the Superman that we come to know. He is now started to become Superman. So you're going to see a lot of those mistakes in him. You're going to see a lot of flaws in him. And the only question is which way they will go into. Will they go into more, he's not really fighting for truth, justice, America way, but he's fighting for all people, or are they going with a more traditional? To me, they're not going with the all traditional. I think DC has made it very clear they want to make it more down to earth, more realistic, and more dynamic, where all the countries can embrace him as the superhero. So that's just my spin. You guys may not like it. That's fine. I'd like to hear your opinion on it. You guys may think this is good. You guys may think this is a crazy idea to announce citizenship. You guys think it's a smart move. I'd like to hear it. Please put in the comment section. I'd like to know what you feel about this, especially those who are 100% diehard Superman fans, who live, bleed the S, who have done their knowledge, who have read their history. I'd like to hear from you guys. But until then, guys, I'm going to end the video from here. Another review is going to come up very soon, so look out for that. But until then, thank you for watching this editorial discussion of Superman. More to come. And until then, you guys be safe, and I'll talk to you again soon.